Animal diversity with a koala.
That's a meerkat event.
We're all grass, man. Okay, so introduction. Living organisms descended from common ancestors. The animals that evolved from these common ancestors changed and adapted to different environments. If they couldn't adapt, they went extinct. This is called evolution, which is a process that has led to an increase of complexity and diversity among animal life. Animals are grouped into phyla according to similarities in their body basic structure, which is the body plan. So there are five things in the body plan. It's body symmetry, cephalization, which is the concentration of nerve cells and feeding organs. There's tissue layers. There's the colon, which is fluid-filled body cavity, and there's the number of gut openings.
So, body symmetry. There are three types of symmetries. The first one is asymmetry, which means there's no symmetry and cannot be divided into two equal halves. Then radial symmetry, which is when the body plan can be cut through any vertical plane to give two equal halves. It is associated with sessile animals or animals that have limited movement. Because of their limited movement, they need to act with environment equally well on all sides.
So, bilateral. They can only be cut on one plane, longitudinal, to give two equal halves, right and left sides mirror the body or mirror images here. Suited for animals that move and usually show civilization. So it's basically like one side is identical to the other side, but if you cut anywhere else, it will not be equal. So, civilization is the accumulation of sense organs and appendages at the anterior end. This arises with bilateral symmetry. You will not see civilization in radial or asymmetry, only in bilateral.
Okay. Then civilization, the advantages for civilization. It allows for the formation of a brain. It helps forward-facing animals scan the environment, and with the mouth closer to sense organs, animals can scan food sources. And then the tissue layers. During the development of an embryo, it forms different cell layers called germ layers. The upper cytoplasm of the zygote develops into the germ layer called the ectoderm, which forms epithelium cells slash skin and nervous system. And then the lower cytoplasm develops into a germ layer called the endoderm, which forms the wall of the digestive system. These two layers are the primary germ layers. Through the process of induction and interaction between two cell types, in this case, the ectoderm and endoderm, forming a third cell type, which is the mesoderm. The mesoderm is called the secondary germ layer. The mesoderm forms a meshwork of independent cells that are called the mesenchyme, for example, bone.
Bless you.
Thank you.
So, that is a picture. So, importance of mesoderm. The development of mesoderm allowed for the formation of a whole range of organs and systems. It evolved once and is found in most animals. Some animals are diploplastic, mean they have two layers of tissue, which means they don't have a mesoderm. This limits their developments as they cannot develop organs. Most animals are tripoplastic, which means they have three layers of tissue, which means they have a mesoderm, and this allows them to form organs that perform special functions. So, tissue layers. The diploplastic has two layers, which includes the ectoderm and the endoderm. The image on the left is the diploplastic. As you can see, the outermost layer is ectoderm, and the innermost layer is endoderm. For the triploblastic, there are three layers, which includes the ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. As you can see on the picture on the right, they include a middle layer that's in between the ectoderm and the endoderm, which is the mesolayer. mesoderm layer. So, tissue layers summary. So, ectoderm develops into skin and nervous system. Mesoderm develops into cognitive tissue and lymphatic system. And the endoderm forms the digestive system.
Mm.
Why do people always message exactly when we start studying?
I don't know actually. Give me 2 seconds. Hello.
It's like very convenient. It's exactly.
Give me 2 seconds.
I know.
I forgot. And then colon. Colon is a body cavity. It is found within the mesoderm layer, and an organism must be triple plastic to have a colon. So animals can be acolumate, pseudocolumate, or columate, or eucolumate. So, acoelomate. This means they have no body cavity. Body cavity is a fluid-filled space that houses and protects organs present. They can be diploplastic or triple plastic, and they are generally smaller and less mobile.
Okay. Pseudocolumate. Some triploblastic organisms have a fake cavity. The cavity is filled with a fluid and separates the digestive tract from the rest of the outer body wall. This cavity is called a pseudocolum. It acts as a hydrostatic skeleton and aids in circulation and nutrient dispersal. Uh, it is not completely surrounded by the mesoderm, and they will have an endoderm on one side. So, columate, a true body cavity, fluid-filled body cavity, surrounded by mesoderm on all sides, not just one, like the pseudocolumate. The mesodermal lining of the column is called the peritoneum. Mesenteries connect to the inner and outer mesoderm layer. Drew, I'll be taking a break at halfway, about 50 slides.
Sir. Okay. And then advantages of a column. A column allows more complex organs to develop. It allows for the creation of hydrostatic forces to enable movement. It allows the endoderm and ectoderm to move independently of each other. This means muscles of the digestive tract are independent of muscles in the body. And then fluid filled, which helps to transport nutrients. So, number of gut openings. There is a blind gut opening, which means there's one opening. It serves as a mouth and anus and cannot ingest and egest simultaneously.
Pembroke.
Tap, tap, tap.
I want you to give me another gut opening. So,
Average.
other than the blind gut opening, there's also the through gut. This has two openings. They have a separate mouth and anus. Food can be consumed continuously. Parts of digestive system can specialize, and no mixing of digested and indigested food, meaning that even if you got excretion in your stomach, you can still eat. Blind gut openings cannot. So, advantages. Food can be continually taken in through the mouth, digested, and then the waste can be released. Allows for the specialization of parts such as stomach, intestine, etc. Label, activity, animal phyla. Characteristics of animal kingdom. So, there's multicellular, heterotrophic, lack cell walls, and reproduce mainly sexually. So, in the following section, we are going to look at the six phyla. So, Porifera, which are sponges, I don't know. So, unicellular protista have no tissue layers. Porifera, which is sponges, have one gut opening from tissue layers. Cnidaria, which is jellyfish, are triploblastic bilateral encephalization. No, wrong way around. They don't have that. Platyphalmalentis flatworms are triploblastic bilateral civilization. Annelida, which are earthworms, show segmentation, two gut openings, and are columate. Next are Arthropoda, which are insects, and Chordata, which are mammals.
Mm. And then Porphyria. So Porphyria is asymmetrical with no civilization. They are massive cells embedded in the gelatinous matrix. Some cellular specialization, the coenocytes, which is the collar cells, that are flagellated cells in the sponge. As they move, water is drawn through the cavity. There are no gut openings to the gut. Excretion and respiration occur via diffusion. They are acolymates. They are aquatic sessile organisms that filter feed. So, what makes sponges special? Sponges are well adapted to the circulation of water, which enables suspended plankton to be extracted. Their body consists of millions of tiny pores and canals, making a highly specialized filter feeding system. When water currents flow through their canal system, they carry oxygen and food into the body and expel waste through the osculum.
Cnidaria consists of plant-like hydroids, flower-like sea anemones, jellyfish, blue bottles, and hard corals. Just some included. So, Cnidaria, radial symmetry with no cephalization. They're diploplastic, ectoderm and endoderm with mesoglia, which is galaceous extracellular layer. They're acolymates. And they have a blunt gut opening. This opening is surrounded by a ring of tentacles packed with stinging cells called gonodytes. Okay, Cnidaria. Aquatic animals, mostly marine, having tentacles and sting cells. Advantages to radial symmetry include able to catch prey from all directions, able to sense danger from all directions, and there are two life forms: sessile polyps and free-floating medusas.
Medusa. So, the polyps reproduce asexually by budding off to their medusa and reproduce sexually to form free swimming planula larvae. Cool picture. So, advantages of cnidarians over sponges. Cnidarians function on the tissue level of organization, having tissue such as muscle and primitive net of nerve cells. They are diploplastic, which means they have an outer and inner endoderm. Between these two layers, they have a jelly called mesoglia. Cnidarians are radially symmetrical.
So, what makes Cnidarians special? So, they
Continue.
okay. So, what makes Cnidarians special? The menotocytes on their tentacles make them efficient predators. The nematocytes is coiled within a cell called a cnidocyte. When these cells are touched, the thread is discharged with a great force. In certain species, the thread attached to the cnidocyte traps a prey or predator. Others have spines that penetrate and inject paralyzing toxins into the prey. Platyhelminthes consists of dorso-ventrally flattened, unsegmented worms, for example, parasitic flukes, tapeworms, and free-living flatworms, planarians found in water.
Platyhelminthes. So they have bilateral symmetry. So they have civilization, which allows them to detect what is in front of them. They are triploblastic. They are acolymates, and they have a blind ending gut. So Platyhelminthes, their dorsal is ventrally flattened, which increases surface area so diffusion is efficient. and there is no circulatory system. Most are internal parasites, and some are free living and aquatic. Then advantages of flatworms over cnidarians. As cnidarians, these animals are acoelomate, but their body has the following advantages. They have bilateral symmetry, which shows advancement as it is found in all the more complex animals. They are mobile with concentrated sensory organs at the front end. They show civilization. Their main evolutionary advantage is the formation of the mesoderm, which makes them triple plastic. The mesoderm allows for the mesenchyme, which forms organs. This allows the ectoderm and endoderm to become more specialized for movement and digestion, respectively. Flatworms are therefore the first group of animals with an organ system level of organization.
Annelida. These are segmented cylindrical worms, includes leeches and earthworms. They are the largest group of polychaetes found in the ocean. Annelida. There are bilateral symmetry with cephalization. They are triploblastic. They are columate, meaning diffusion no longer efficient and has a circulatory and excretory system. They are through gut. Annelida. Column is fluid filled, and this acts as a hydrostatic skeleton. They are segmented bodies, aquatic and terrestrial environments. How have annelids advanced? Most important advancement is the segmentation metamerism, which is the division of the body into similar segments, metamers. Internally, these segments are separated from each other via septa. Segmentation increases the efficiency of body movement, allowing for each segment to move separately, and this enables a more complex body plan. Each segment has a chatai, which is bristle-like. Development of a true column, which allows for greater body flexibility, space for visceral, soft organs, and hydrostatic skeleton to keep the body firm. Drew, do you want to stop here because we're about to get halfway, and this is starting a new section.
Even it's all the same thing.
Type shit.
If a new sector starts on slide 61.
You know what I mean? A whole new heading type thing.
Come, let's get to 50,
I mean,
man.
if you want to go to 50, sure.
So, Arthropoda. These are the most abundant and diverse phylum that makes up 80% of all living animals. It occupies the widest variety of habitats and can survive extreme temperatures, toxicity, acidity, and salinity. As a result, they are the most successful group of animals alive. Arthropoda, their body plan characteristics, they have bilateral symmetry with cephalization. They are triple plastic. They are collimates, which it is filled with fluid and acts as blood, and it is called hymosoil. And there is an open circulatory system.
So, Arthropoda. They're a through gut. They are jointed appendages for feeding and movement, and advanced segmentation, and have a exoskeleton. Arthropoda. The exoskeleton prevents drying out and yeah, prevents the fusion of gases, therefore gaseous exchange organs formed, and it doesn't grow with the animal, so they must molt, making them vulnerable.
Okay, show us.